let's speak. Usually I don't like to lecture on fasting and all. Okay. But this now today is actually holiday. You see. Okay. So we'll start with OU thing first. What is a OU? Okay. In my server. Okay. In our server we have a users, right? So just first we go with the users, groups, computers, and resources, of course, and resources. So these are all we said. The domain controller as a information or maybe as a data of user group computers and resources and services. Resource and services. Okay, so services and resources. So this is a database in your domain controller, right? So what is a domain controller contains in a domain controller database. In a domain controller database, these are the information. Domain controller contains user information, computer information, group information, service and resources information. Okay. Here, different kind of users are there. So different work style users are there. For example, some are working in IT support. Okay, some are working as a IT supporting people, like a desktop support people, network support people, system administrators. Okay, system administrators, server administrators. Okay, system analyst. Okay, lot of IT supporting staff is there. Some are will monitor only data centers, some are deploying new things, some are only attend the um, client complaints. Okay, different kind of people are there. So there's a I said it is they all belongs to IT support. They have some rules and all kind of stuff. In organizations, originally IT organization means usually like a developers are there. So different type of developers working on a different platforms, right? Different platforms that are working. HR will be there. Okay, cleaning staff is there. So there are different people are working. So I want to categorize them. I want to categorize based on their work, based on the technology, or based on the places. Based on the places. For example, um, there is people like in a first floor people, maybe a second floor people. Okay, I want to categorize them. When I want to save your name, if you see your names are saving like this. So I have created a group, right? So I didn't create, Vikrams are created a group, this one. Okay, but if you see people who are in our batch, I put a CTS 1 2021, all your data in one folder. It is I am categorizing them. So I'm organizing. Okay, don't go to first floor and second floor. Okay, I'm organizing these users, groups, computers, services, and resources according to the category. So while making this category, I'm creating OU. OU means organizational unit. OU means organizational unit. Okay, we can organize users, groups, computers, and other accounts, means service and resource accounts, into different containers. Container means like box is a container, right? It's a container. Okay, OU is a organizational unit. We can organize users, groups, computers, service and resource accounts into different containers. We are putting into different containers. Okay, so this is organizational unit. But what is use of organizing them? So we can understand them in a separate way. We can understand them in a different way. Like this is a this type of user. These are like, for example, there is a user who is HR and asking for some information like a reset password for a particular account. Then I can go to HR account directly. I can do it, right? So simply, so when I categorize, I can able to understand where is the account is available, and what account changes should be done, what group should be created, what group should be added, what computers are there, like that. I can able to um, find them very easily if they are in a different categories. So that is the one thing. But important thing is group policy. Lot of people think group policy based on a group only. It's not a group. Group is a different group. Groups, user group. This is the different part, and group policy is a different part. Group policy meaning is apply a policy on a user group or a computers on a mass level. On mass level means, so multiple users and computers, we can apply a policy, so then they behave in a different way, like we are enforcing setting to them. Enforcing setting, for example, user should not shut down the PC, or user should not change wallpaper. User should not user can able to access the printer. Okay, user, the printer, whatever the printers available in the network, we can enforce them. So this is things are group policies. So I put a GPO1 for any group policies. GPO, group policy object. GPO means group policy object. So 1 2 3 4 I will put it. So think here I have a group policy. So group GPO1 is added link to this OU. What happened in this OU? What are the users, groups, and computers are there? They are affected with this setting. They will get this setting. Understand? They will get this setting. So group policy, the policy settings were applied on IT support, container, the content users, groups, computers will affected with the policy. Okay. These settings are applied. These settings are applied on users in a IT support. Okay. I created another group policy, and in a developers I have a different accounts. For example, Java is there. Just I'm putting only .NET. Two sub OUs are there. For example, I applied this GPO2 on Java only. It means the Java sub container, the users in that Java sub OU, they will affected with these settings. If I apply a policy, like I am getting a group policy 3, I applied on a developers. It applied on complete all people were under developers. Java people, .NET people, everybody will get affected. So organizational unit is also easy to apply a group policy. What is these settings? For example, HR user required a printer access. Others don't require a printer. For example, HR has to take a lot of print, like a lot of people are joining, right? So they have to give printer thing. So I want to give settings to all HR users. So I will create a group policy, okay, and link the group policy to HROU. So automatically all HROU people will get a printer access. Okay, printer information and printer access. Okay, so simple. Okay, for example, Java people want to access some infrastructure, or maybe some data is required, or maybe they need that environmental variables for a Java related thing. So I will create a setting and I enforce the settings. Okay, IT people required a firewall access. Okay, IT support people required a firewall access, or some authentications are required. So I will give I will put in a setting and put in an IT support. So different type of users required a different type of settings. Okay, some are compulsory, they should stick to the policy, some are not required, some are relaxation from the policies, right? So based on that, I will create a policy, I apply a policy on the particular set of users. But how it is possible? By organizational unit. So organizational unit, so first organizing the users groups and computers. So it is so then we can easily apply a group policy on the OU. We can apply a group policy on the OU. Next one is delegation control. OU having a delegation control. For example, I put a lot of things on here, lot of drawings. Okay, delegation control is there. What is the delegation control? It is a access to the OU only, but Shashi came finally. Okay, for example, um, my user is locked. My user is get locked. Okay, I want to what I have to do? I have to contact admin. Admin, my account is got locked. Unlock my user. Again, he has to search the username. Again, unlock the user and do it. Admin has a lot of work. In our in any organizations, less IT support people are there. Less IT support people, mm, and limited number of developers and more number of HRs are there generally. Okay, so here administration person means only one or two people are there in administrator, main administrator people who work on servers. Okay, so user account is locked. Then I complain to administrator. Administrator, my user account is locked. I'm unable to log in. So administrator will verify and unlock that one. And someone like some developer, Java developer, ask for I want a group name called J Group One and add J User One and J User Two into that one, and the information go to he request the administrator. Administrator has to create a group and he add a user. So every time administrator burden will be increases. For every small request also administrator burden is increasing. So what he is doing administrator, he will take a person, a user in the OU, in the inside of OU. For example, for IT support, IT user one. For IT support, there is a IT user one. Is a senior one. Is a senior one. Oh, okay, we'll take the names. Last time we take some names, right? Sneha. Okay. So Sneha, she's for example, 5 years, 10 years experience. It means not only in a one technology, they will explore the all other technologies also. So once you are given experience increases, your responsibilities and administration also increases. You know that one? Mhm. Okay. She is in a Java OU, and what I done, I make Sneha as a Java on Java on Java OU only on Java OU only. I make her as a delegation control. So I will give some rules, not entire administration part. I will give only some rules. For example, unlock users and create groups. Create, um, modify like that. It is then create a group, and she can able to add user to add users. So just for our understanding only, as user to group. So she can do this one. Okay. So whenever any problem occurs, means the users face the user who are in a Java, they face a problem. So they'll complain Sneha directly. So she will handle, but with the limitation handles only, like unlocking users, creating groups, add a user group. But for example, there is a user in a Java. The candidate forget the password. The candidate forget the password. Password she forget it. She need to um, reset the password is required. Okay, so user need a reset password. So password is gone, password is not working. So a user need a password reset within Java user only. User Java OU container user only. Okay, the user in a Java OU. User in a Java OU. The user forget the password and need a reset password. So the person asked Sneha, reset my password. It is not there in her role. So she got a role is her delegation control is unlock, create a group, add a users to group only, not reset password. So what will happen? The request go to admin and admin will take care of resetting your password. Understand? I given three admin controls, but I didn't given a admin control of resetting password for users. So Sneha cannot reset the password. Sneha cannot reset the password. The request has to go to admin control only. Okay. So this is the delegation control. So we won't give all rights. If you want to give, you can give, but a user in the normal user, not admin user also, normal user on particular OU, we can give certain delegation control means they can able to control the OU also. Next. So resetting password more often. So admin burden again increases. What admin do? So they give a rights to Sneha. Sneha, you also can reset the password. So I give an extra thing. Now Sneha can able to reset the password also. Like that. So depends upon what roles I assigned to a particular user. So the person will get those controls. But within the OU only, within this OU only, not outside of OU. Okay, so Sneha want to control IT user one. IT user one is there, so she want to reset the password for IT user one. She won't get it because I given a delegation control on the Java only, not on IT support, not on IT support. So this is a two important points in a OU. So actually 2 points, but I made it a three. So one is organizational unit. Organizational unit means organizing the users, groups, and computers into separate containers. Organizing them into separate containers. That is the organizational unit. And organizational unit is benefits of OU. Benefits of OU is applying group policy to the OU is quite easy. Okay, and in a particular group of users is quite easy. Why? Because of there are in a OU. Okay. So applying group policies and delegation control. You can see the PPT. The PPT contains like I shared one PPT, right? That white background PPT, not CMS PPT, not Microsoft PPT. The PPTs are belongs to Microsoft, not CMS also. Okay. So I shared some PPTs, a bunch of PPTs. That is a Microsoft one, and I shared a PPT for Active Directory. You can see that one, so you can find these statements. And already I given a statement also. Group policies. Sorry, for applying a group policy and delegation control. So OU use it for applying group policy and delegation control. These are the two benefits. It's a very good question also. Okay, so that is a OU. So again, I'm going to my server. Morning only I open, but I log in late. That's it. Yesterday it took almost more than half an hour to restart the client PC. The client PC is also started. First, I want to show you my server. Go to run in the server dsa.msc. What I type? What did I type? dsa.msc means Active Directory users and computers. Okay, in a run. Okay, but it is not open. Why should open, right? Um, we need a magnifier. So in my physical machine only I putting magnifier. See, it is open. See the book symbol represent this one. So guys, some people think that it is not open because it is in backside of your this window. It is there. People think it is not open, and they will open it again and again. That's a problem. That don't open like that. And these servers are 2 GB servers. Okay, so that is not good for you. Okay, so this is a thing. And already I showed yesterday. So how to open? You can go to tools, Active Directory, users and computers. Next, see these are the OUs we created yesterday. One is a development or developers also we can do it. So different OUs I created. Okay, so I created two names here, Sneha and Sanket. Okay, so .NET, Python testing. I didn't create anything. Okay, so next HR I created. So how I created? You have to click on here and right click, new organizational unit. That's it. HR, Kirti is HR and IT support is a one, IT user one. Okay, like this. If I apply a group policy on it, so then it's apply on the users here. Okay. Next, what you want to see the delegation control? I right click on IT support. See, delegate control. So I am click on delegate control. Okay. Okay. So we have a Java. Java is there. No, I give an example Java. So delegate control. Next. So which user you want? User or a group? Group of users or user? So I put a user only. Sneha user account is created. Just I type it. Check names. If you check names, then automatically account will come here. Next. See, delegate the following common task. See, create, delete, and manage user accounts. Okay, user accounts also we can give. If you check it, the user get that rights. Otherwise, not no rights. Reset user password, force password changes at Nest login. Reset user passwords, force passwords change at Nest login. Okay. Read all user information. Create, delete, manage the groups. Modify the membership of the group. Manage group policy link, like that. Yeah, a lot of things are there. Otherwise, you can create custom task also. This is the custom task. Okay. So that is how to manage it. I'm not doing now. Just I want to show you. So one is like group policy applying, but at the time of group policy you will understand, but here you understand the delegation. So delegation means right click here, go to delegate control. So you can read this thing, wizard, what is the wizard, read it, add the group, user or a group. Okay, add the user and read it what it is there. So what we can able to give. So this is about your delegation control. Okay, and I have users and I have a IT user one is also there. So now I have to go to client. So 1 second, I added a client as yesterday. Okay, the client name is WinC1, but yesterday what happened, it took lot of time to restart. Okay, um, so finally it is restarted. So I am in a client. So can you see student one? So this is my client PC. Okay, this is my client PC, WinC1. So student one, this one. If I log in here, guys, if I log in here, I'm logging to my local PC only, not in a domain. Okay, student one is a local account of the PC, local account of the PC, not as a domain. Okay, so now go to other user, go to other user, compulsory, compulsory login is important. That's why I started this one. So, okay, go to other user. Can you see sign into contoso.com? Actually, my computer name is WinC1, but it is showing a domain name, means you are logging into domain with the domain username only. Here we can log into domain username only. So what is my username? IT user1, and I have to give password. Before that one, I will tell you two three types. Contoso slash IT user1, like this we can able to log in. Contoso slash IT user1, like this we can able to log in. But already in a down already Contoso is showing, already it is directly showing Contoso, so you no need to do like that. So it is already showing Contoso means you're login to domain only, so that is your domain name anyway. Or you can log in like this, like using user principal name. We can use user principal name when we are logging with like this at the rate contoso.com type using a user principal name. If you are out of your domain area, not in a local domain area, you are different area, you are logging remotely to the domain, you are logging remotely to the domain. You are not in a LAN connection, you are not in a LAN, you are in outside, or maybe you are in a different domain, so then you have to log in like this compulsory. Other user, anyway it is showing here both are in a same connection, so we don't need to do all that part. Okay, simply I'm giving password. Now it is take time again, so it will take time to set the background part. You are happy, you are here, feeling very happy. So it will take why it is taking again, user profile is going to create inside a local PC. Okay, let it log in, it will take time. Meanwhile I'm going back to this one. Here, user profile. What is user profile? Anybody? Anybody? Remember what is user profile? What is profile data? Hmm? What is profile data? Anything? Any idea? Forget. This is my PC. This PC. So don't go with the quick access. Here you can see this PC to C drive. Can you see what we can see? Desktop, documents, download, music, picture, videos. This is a profile data of a user. You can see in the top also. Okay, you can see this thing: downloads, documents, videos, pictures, desktop, music. Generally these are a profile. Otherwise go to C drive. You can find I have a lot of things. So the users. Okay, so C drive, users, you can see username, open. This is your profile data. But I'm using this from so many years. I got lot of data in that one because of lot of applications. But can you see here contact, desktop, documents, download, favorites, link, okay, music, pictures, saved games, search, videos. These are the main common profile data. Try to understand that one. Okay, this is the user profile data. Where it will stores user profile data in Windows. Okay, C slash users slash username, right? So like a username, whatever the user is there, with the username, name of the user. Okay, for example, I log in as a IT user one, or maybe I log in as a student one. Okay, anything, it is the data is here. The main folder is C u slash users. Okay, is it came? Yes, it is came back. Now my login is done. So I'm checking from here. So if you want to see this closely, see, I log in as a IT user one. Okay, I log in as a IT user one, and it is setting the profile also. So I open Explorer. I click run it. This PC. Do you remember in our desktop when I log in with the student one, I have a data. Now it is not there. The data earlier is whatever it is there. It is not there now because that is that user profile data. See, earlier we have a student one, student two, now IT user one. This is what are the data inside of this thing is the IT user one profile data. Where it is storing? C users IT user one. In this PC only, in this PC only, in the Win C1 only. That is IT user one. Okay. So we log in, but is IT user one is belongs to this server, this PC or domain. So we have to check it, right? So I have to go to control panel. I'm going to control panel, user accounts, again user accounts. What is the current account? IT user one. What is the name? Contoso slash IT user one. See, Contoso slash IT user one. Understand? Because it is belongs to contoso.com. That is a domain related one. Go to this option. I will show you that closely. I user accounts. Configure advanced user profile properties. Go to this one. Configure advanced user profile properties. Look at this one. Can you see the name? Contoso.com slash IT user one. Local. What is this local? The profile is local profile. There is a two type of profiles it is showing. One is local profile, another one is roaming profile. Local profile, roaming profile. Local profile, roaming profile. Okay. So this profile is local profile. This profile is local profile anyway. So it means the profile data stores in this PC only. The profile data is stores in this PC only, and as we verified that is belong account is belongs to domain. So no. Yeah, here it is. It means this PC is a Win C1. Okay, this is a Win C1 PC. Okay, the PC is Win C1. The account is belongs to Contoso hash IT user one. The account is belongs to domain, and the profile data store in local. So this is called a local profile. This is called local profile. What is a local profile? wherever the user is login, the user profile data stored in that PC, it means it's a local profile. So I log into WinC1 and my profile data stored in WinC1 only. That is WinC1 is called a local profile. If I log into WinC2, if I log into WinC2, I have a PC like this one. Okay. Mm, so for example, this is WinC2. Okay. Now again I log into WinC2. Again, the new profile data will be created. Like a same account, I log into WinC2. Okay. IT user 1 log into WinC2. In WinC2, again, new profile data will be created for IT user 1, and it store data that the data is stores in that one only. Okay. I log in here. I log in here, and the profile data is stored in this local folder only. In this folder only, like here in this one. Okay. Same here also. Same. See users IT user 1 in that place in this PC only data is stored. But this data and this data not sync. This data won't sync. For example, here I created a file F1 and I created a F2, but this is F2, that's it. This is F1, that's it. So these two are not in a same folder, same machine, not in same folder. Why? Because of there are different PCs and different time it is created. This file won't come here. This file won't come here. This is the same user only, but data is stored in different PCs. The data won't sync. The data won't sync. Their data is separate. For example, I have a laptop and I have a desktop also. In this laptop I have a data. In my desktop I have some data. Both data is different, right? Think like that. You have a two laptops. For example, your laptop and your brother laptop or sister laptop. In your laptop you have a data. Your brother has a laptop, he has a data, but both data is not same, right? Both data is not same. Same thing, like, but here two PCs but same user, but user profile data is different here. User profile data is different here. So why? Because of it's a local profile user. The user type is local profile user type. So user profiles in that one, there are two type of users are there. One is local profile. It means the data of the user stores in the local PC only. Roaming roaming profile. Okay? There is a two type of profiles are there. For example, I have a some storage server. Okay, uh, I have a storage server. Okay, here I have a folder. For example, roaming folder. So just a common folder. Okay, and here I created a folder is like a IT user one. Okay, and I keep all the profile data here. Okay, so think like this one. This is the data. Okay, one second. Someone is messaging. Okay, see roaming folder. IT user 1 profile data. Okay, so here in this one, your profile data, user profile data store in a central location, means some server. Okay, it is some central location, not in a local. Okay, it is located in a different PC. So user 1 login to WinC1. User 1 login to your WinC1. I created some data in this PC in my profile, means on desktop or documents or pictures. This data of when I log out, this data is synced to this place. One second, guys. Okay, just 5 minutes. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Next one is this one. For example, sorry, our guy is getting into. Okay, C user IT user one. Sorry, sorry. This is the normal location, right? When our user is login, profile is created here, and we call that one as a local profile. Now, instead of local profile, I given them a different location. Don't store in a local PC. Store in a remote PC. Store in a remote PC. Don't store your profile data in local PC. Store in different PC. So store in different central PC, central location, not in a client location. So what I done, so like that I given information to my user. Now when user is login and it look like the profile data is local only. Profile data is like a local only. So it's a local profile only, like local profile only. And he created some data. For example, he created a F1 file and done completed F1 F2 file is created. For example, today work is completed. He logged out. What I done? He log out. Once you log out, this entire data sync to central location. This entire data sync to central location. Okay, okay. This is central location. Next, next day. So my mind is breaking. Our guy is giving interview. What happened? Next day, user one login to WinC2. And when he log in, this data is synced to this one. It means he can see F1 and F2 once he log in, he can see F1 and F2. Understand? So when he created in a C1 F1 and F2, when he log out, this F1 F2 is sent to profile data in this location, means remote location. Okay, central location. Again he log into another PC. He log into another PC, and in another PC it take the data from central. Now he can able to see F1 and F2. For example, he added another file F3 F4, for example, and he logged out that day. Day is completed, he logged out. What happened? This entire data again sync to this place. So where the data is stored? F1, F2, F3, F4. This is the data will be stored here. So wherever the user is login, he can able to access his complete profile data. In a local profile, whenever you log into one PC, whenever you create a data in that PC, the data stores in that PC only. If you create in a C1, it is in C1 only. If you go to C2, you create some data, it stores in C2 only. We can't access the C1 data, you can't access the C2 data also. If in case like you are not staying in one PC, you are sitting in different places. For example, there is a candidate, you know, in the college days also, is there candidates are there college days. Some are always like, this is my place. This is my place. I came first and I choose this place first day. So till the end of the days, I have to sit here only. That is one type of candidate. Okay. Mm. Another type of candidate, one day they'll sit one place, another day they sit another place, another day they will sit in another place. Okay, he's a roaming candidate. Roaming candidate is like, maybe you can take an example from your college days, you can recollect it. Okay, some people like, they reserve the place right now. I want to sit here because in this system only my data is there. In another system I don't have a data. So it means local profile. In another guy is have a pen drive. Whenever he done a program, he keep it in a pen drive. Think like that, simple. Or maybe in mail account, somewhere it locate, not in a local PC. But he can able to sit any place, connect the pen drive, take the data and start working. Okay, or maybe download from the email and start working. He never sit in one place. For example, usually like, boys usually has like a new girl join into the class, immediate place changes, right? Maybe in your classroom, maybe you've seen. Okay, so immediately people will change the places, right? Like that. So my point is, I think you got the point. Local profile means that your profile data is in stores in that local PC only. Roaming profile means the data stores in a central location. Wherever you log in, you can access the data. So complete data. So when you log out, data again sync to your central location. When you log in, you'll take the data from the central location and we can utilize the data. When you log out, the data will store here. The profile data means always think, not C drive D drive data. So see, not C drive data, not D drive data, not E drive data. Profile data means the data which is belongs to this one: documents, pictures, downloads, music, videos, desktop. That is the user's profile data. We can go to the, is a virtual machine is better to show you that one. Okay, so this is your profile data. Okay, not stored in a this one. This is not a profile data. This is not a profile data. Profile data means this is the profile data. What are the information in contacts, desktop, documents? These are all belongs to profile data. And currently IT user one is a local profile. Okay, that's it guys. That's the difference between local and roaming profile. If you want to do the practical also, we can do it. Okay, but we don't have a time, so it's okay, no problem. Just this is the information about local profile thing. Take a break for 10 minutes and we'll be back. 10 minutes I will show you local profile, home folder, local profile, sorry, roaming profile, home folder. First I will show you, then I will show you group policy. Okay, then afternoon we'll see DHCP, DNS and complete. Okay.